Good morning. I will just wait till I can see some people online and we can begin. I'm a little bit early and I'm hoping that I will be able to connect here because I'm using this program in beta testing mode. So let's just see how it goes. So I'll just wait a moment. It looks like one person's online there, so I hope whatever you're doing today, whatever time it is in the world, that you're doing okay and well. Yay, we've got Facebook. There's Alice. Hello, Alice. Welcome. So hopefully this will be working okay today. Hi, Cameron. Hi, Jennifer. Lovely to see you. And Tracy, it looks like it's working on YouTube as well. Let me shift this across so I can... there we go. Hi, Barbara and Connie and Nell and Karen. Yeah, Joandris. Hi, Frankie, Lisbeth, Donald, Sue, Adele. Hello, Adele and Tanya. Hello. Lovely to see such all the familiar names. Wow, it's been so long. Hi, Angie and Gemma. Hi, Katie. Hi, Lewin. And Karen and Kathy and Jennifer. Wow, it's great to see you guys. Cameron, I hope this can help you as you move into university. Hi, Kelly, and wow. Hi, Barbara, lovely to see you, and thank you for the card, Barbara. I'd like to give a couple of shout outs too, just at this moment, and I know some people are, going through some challenging times. We all are probably going through challenging time, but some extra people and I'd like to shout out to Livy and to Lara. I know that you guys are going through some extra challenging times, so just sending love to you guys. And also I want to shout out to Jane and to Wade, who have been also helping me up too. So thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it. It's lovely to see you guys. I've kind of missed you. I've got to tell you something. This morning I woke up and sort of turned my head and I smiled and I thought, hello, Seal, lovely to see you. And Kim, Carol, Jean, lovely to see you. Elizabeth, love to you, Jean, love to you. Yeah, I woke up with this smile on my face and I thought, I'm going to be seeing my online friends today. So it's lovely to be here. It really is. Hopefully you can hear me, guys, loud and clear. Okay. Hi, Christina and Spring. It's lovely to be here. Yes, Gemma, I could only imagine that people are struggling with autism during the lockdown. I could only imagine. Hey, Lee, it's lovely to see you too, Jill, and love to you and love to the goats as well. Wow. Therese, I missed you. I missed all of you. I have certainly got my tea. Some things just never change, right? I'm still drinking the same tea as well. Hello, Nicola. Today we're going to be talking about, I'm going to offer you some tips that I've been using. Hi, Heather. I've been using to help me navigate through stress and anxiety during these times. And it would be fraudulent for me to tell you that I have my shit together and that life is wonderful for me, because the truth is it hasn't been. And I'm not here to lie to you. I am here to be authentic and transparent with you. And I want to share with you some things that I have used personally and still using now daily to help me through these times. And I think we all need it, right? Yeah, Karen. Hi, Sue, Jeanette and Lisa. Thank you. Wow, it's amazing to see you guys. So all I hope is that maybe you can take away one thing from what I offer you today, just one thing. That would be something. Yeah. So I'll just wait. Well, it's 5 past. I don't mind just saying hi for a while, just to check out who's here, and then we can begin. So I'll just have a bit of a chat, and then we'll do at the end. We can all just sit together and do a meditation together. I want to also spend this opportunity to thank the people that have been doing the beta testing of the Empowered Sleep Formula program. There's probably quite a few on here today, and I just want to say thank you very much to you people, because you've been helping out on one side of things, the helping us with the course, and I'm hoping that the course has helped you, and that course will be released very soon to the public, right on the tail end of this now. This has been a bit of a journey. It's good to see you too, Nell, and hello, Angela. And thank you, Rodiza. Hi, Joe. Kelly, this pendant is actually labradorite. I don't know if you know this stone. It's one that I've always loved, and it sometimes it depends on what light it gets, but sometimes it reflects colors. Yeah. Cameron, do you have any quick advice for dealing with stress and moving into the next stage of life, university? Because it's a big step and I don't want to drown in stress. Almost the first thing that comes to me, Cameron, is be with me just here now, and be with yourself here now. Always when we're pulled back to the present, and whether that be talking to someone or whatever we're doing, when we pull ourselves back again and again and again and again, over and over into the present moment, we begin to see that we're bigger than the circumstances. We're much bigger than the circumstances. We're ongoing. We're never ending. And the circumstances in our life, they come and go. But I'll go through some of this. I'll go through some of this now, so we can begin. So, hi Daryl, lovely to see you, mate. You had a dream about that. There might be some things in that, Daryl. Had a dream about losing the teeth. I got to tell you, I had a very comfortable dream too about made sense about what I read about it. Yeah, it's good to look up dreams, you know. They offer it, they give us some feedback into our consciousness. I had this beautiful dream just last night of Dharma, my dog who passed on in March, coming into my bed to sleep with me last night. And so it's such a beautiful dream. It's really a beautiful dream. Hello, Livy. Sending you love, Livy. Sending you love. Yeah. I know you're going through some tough times. So let's go. I've got my notes here, and I'm going to be referring to my notes here, and I'm going to drag this screen across here. And so, guys, if I don't see your questions just while I'm going through this, I just want to keep on track as much as I can. But at the end, let's have a time for some questions and discussions as well, if anything comes up. So basically, I'm going to be offering about 5 or 6 tips that can help us. And these are tips, as I said, that I've been using myself. And I think the one thing to recognize is that as human beings, we don't live in a vacuum. We are all connected, and we're all of us are open to what's going on in the external world, right? And so that means that we face opposition, we face rejection, we face angst, we face hurt, we face peer pressure, and challenges will hit us from every bloody angle possible. And just when you think you've got over that one challenge, bang, another challenge comes. It's like a roller coaster ride, this thing we call life. And I think that that's one thing that we can begin to accept, and we need to accept, and especially with what we're going through now with this COVID-19, and at times when it looks like there is no way out, these are the difficult times. Now, on the flip side of that, of course, there is still opportunities to experience love and to experience joy and to experience support from one another. And this is an amazing thing with the social media, and I often bag social media out. But the beautiful thing about the flip side of social media is that it's connecting people across the world. And if we didn't have it, this wouldn't be happening. And so there's beautiful things with social media that are going on. And all these things that are happening and that we take on board build us the person that we are. All these external things begin to shape us and change our world, and we become what we dream of, or we can also become what we don't want to be. And that's something we need to remember, because you've heard it before, what we shape, what we focus our minds on, what we constantly think about is who we begin to become. And this is just a reminder for us all to just keep in check as much as possible what's going on externally in our lives and what we're taking in. And I'm going to put up my hand, guys, and say I've fallen down in this. I've fallen down in this many times, and I'm okay with that now. I don't beat myself up about that. It's life, and it's just it's as I was saying to Cameron, it's just keep pulling back, pulling yourself back all the time to the present moment. So I think the battle within our own minds is probably the biggest battle of all. You're okay to be late, Dee. There's no problem with that. No problem. We're all trying, we've all got these questions in our mind, we've all got these assumptions, and we're trying to make sense of the world. And but what happens is when we allow the external things and things that are going on to overpower our minds, that's when anxiety and fear and stress creep into our lives. And that's when the kind of the battle begins. Now, some of you might have heard of a man named Ken Baldwin from United States, from San Francisco. He was one that he survived dark inner demons of his mind, and he's lucky to tell his story. Ken Baldwin was a man that suffered with depression, and he woke up one morning and he'd wished he'd died in his sleep. He'd written life off, and he didn't. He thought he was a waste of space, and he thought that his family thought that they would be better off if he was dead. And on this particular day, he took himself to the Golden Gate Bridge and jumped from the bridge, hitting the water at 75 miles per hour, and only a handful of people survived that. And he was one of the survivors. And I want to read out a quote that he said, which is quite shocking. He said, "From the instant I saw my hand leave the railing, I knew that I wanted to live. I was terrified out of my skull." And he passed out on the way down, and he remembers waking up swimming, and he was screaming, "Oh God, save me. God, I want to live." And he survived this with bruising and some broken bones, and he lives to tell this story. And you have to wonder how many people have gone through before us with these moments of wanting to take their life, And just at the end, just before they've taken their life, or just before it's actually happened, they've decided, they've changed their mind, but they haven't been given that opportunity. It's too late. And so with Ken, he made changes and he began to see things differently. And he said that he still goes through anxiety and depression, but he works his way through it. He sees life differently. He values life more. His family, I heard an interview with him the other day, and he said that if he could have asked one question with his family, and he would have said to them, do you think that your life would be better off without me? And of course, they would have answered no, and he wouldn't have done it. But he built up these thoughts in his mind. So he ended up quitting his job, and he's got on with life, and he speaks out a lot now at the moment in suicide prevention. And now, of course, we don't have to wait for these any near-death experiences before we can learn to live a more positive life. And, I'd quickly like to share with you a moment and that I had a second chance myself. And it was quite a long time back now. It was about 15 years ago, going through really heavy stuff and not happy with life, and very, very, very angry and very upset. And I took off in my car drunk. I'd been drinking, and my dog hopped in the back seat, and he used to climb under the driver's seat. He used to sit under there, and I was driving and I was speeding and getting faster and faster and faster. I didn't know where I was going or what I was even doing. I was out of my mind, you could say. And I remember speeding up, and then I remember seeing the telegraph poles along the road. And, of course, they had the light on them. And as I was driving, I'm looking at these poles, and I knew that this was a possibility now. This was a way out. And so I began to speed up and clutching the wheel faster and faster and faster. I thought, this is a great way out. I can finish this all, and I don't need to deal with anything anymore. And just before I was about to swing the car like that, the thought crossed my mind of my dog under my driver's seat. And I didn't want to crush him. And that little dog saved my life. That thought, that was my second chance in life. That moment. And I think to myself, if he wouldn't have got in the car, maybe I might not be here, but he was there, and the thought crossed my mind. And so it's a second chance. And so we've got to do what we can, and always remember that we are bigger. We are much, much bigger than the external things that are going on in our world, and that we can overcome things. So one of the things that my first tips is we've got to feed our mind as much as we can great things, and to do our best to release, to be away from negativity, to remind ourselves that we're bigger than the situations that are unfolding in life. And, I used to pride myself on not watching the 6 p.m. news. And I used to say, I don't watch TV. But the thing is, I might not have been watching TV, but I was certainly on Facebook. And Facebook I battled with. I it's my love-hate relationship with Facebook. It's beautiful on one hand, it's terrible on the other, because Facebook itself can be like watching the news 24/7 now. It's not just your 6 p.m. news, it's news that continues on a 24/7 basis, and news from across the world in every part of the whole globe. So this is one place that we've got to be real careful with. We've got to be careful to what we feed our minds there. And for the most part, that news is it usually serves as one purpose, and that's to create fear, to keep us locked in fear, not to inform us, especially with COVID, of, hearing these daily counts. They're not to inform us. They're to keep up the constant fear narrative. And we must be very, very careful of that. And again, it's something that I've been sucked into. So I speak from my experience personally. So limit your intake of social media and etc. I will tell you, lately some friends have known I've been struggling along with certain things, and it's, people have been blessings and have been talking to me and reaching out. And I have one friend that just sends me clips on Spotify and YouTube of songs that will uplift me and make me smile, and I'm really enjoying that. I'm really enjoying those times now. So another tip I would really strongly suggest, and you could be already doing that, and that is to talk to someone, to get that opportunity, no matter who it is, someone that might have been through similar situations, that's going through the situation, someone that might even have answers for you, someone that might not have answers for you, but we don't sometimes want answers. Sometimes there's no answers. We all just want to be heard and to be honest and open about our pain. And when we are honest and open about our pain, and we have that opportunity to talk, sometimes we realize that the pain is not as immense as what we had thought, just through speaking through it. And also, guys, I might add that never stop to think for a moment that if you don't have anyone to reach out to, that there are services, and I can name a few in Australia at the moment, but the services, the local counselling services, or the online telephone counselling services 24/7, that do an amazing job of being there for people when they truly need them. And never be afraid to reach out for those people, no matter how small the situation. I've not been afraid, and I've used these guys before. Lifeline Australia 24/7, and they can be reached on 13 11 14. And Beyond Blue in Australia, it's another support service for mental health. They have an online chat between 4 p.m. and 10 p.m. And also their phone number is 1300 22 4636. I wanted to mention these now because, and if anyone knows a national line for wherever you are, please put it in the comments too. Thank you. Thank you very much. Because, yeah, it's never be afraid to reach out. Never be afraid. I remember reaching out. I rang Lifeline once and I said, look, I was even apologizing. I said, look, I'm sorry. I hope I'm not wasting your time. And they said, no time is wasted. They said, that's what we're here for. And so it was just getting that things off my chest, and it helped me to sort things out in my mind and released me. And I got off, I was like, wow. And I felt the love from the person too, opposite, that I was talking to. Sometimes talking to that person that we don't know, that is not connected to anything that we do, can be a real gift, because you can really open up and have no fear about what you talk about. So I'm just going to take a sip of my tea. Hi, Angie. And Leanne used to work for Lifeline. Good on you, Leanne. I just saw a comment there. What did I do to turn my life around? Helen, It's been a gradual process. You know, in regards to that night, sometimes I still don't even like to talk about that night, and I've shared it with you now, and I don't talk about it much with my family or friends. It's interesting, and maybe that's because there is a lot of maybe there is some shame attached to that's how what I was going to do. Yeah, it even kind of upsets me, so I won't go there, but it was a gradual process of turning my life around. I had to make some changes. I knew I had to make some changes, and which I did. I did make some changes after that night. I followed through because I had to. Sometimes these things, you know, they bring up things, and it's time to make changes. So, yeah. Yeah. So anyway, another point I've got, and this is, thank you for putting those phone numbers up too, Andy. Appreciate that. So another thing I want to do is, I say here, do not give room to fear and doubt. Now, that's so easy for me to say that, right? Do not give room to fear and doubt. Yeah, wise words, Jason, Mr. Wise One. But I'm going to go through some things about how we can choose to keep them at bay. Because fear and doubt, when they become overpowering, of course, those are the things that lead to anxiety and depression and things like that. So, you know, and to take each day as it comes, to take each day as it comes. So one of the first suggestions I make, and one that I've been using now, is meditation and mindfulness. And of course, many of you know that I do these meditations, but it's one thing to record them, it's another thing to do them, right? And so let me just go through mindfulness. So mindfulness, it just teaches us to be in the present moment and to be aware, create awareness through the present moment. And it's when we become aware of just being that we can see what's going on in our minds. We can see, we can feel the emotions. We can see all the thoughts that are going on. And that's when we can begin to unravel them and deal with them instead of pushing them down. So, and mindfulness is not simply about, you know, I'm not talking about mindfulness in regards to just always sitting on a meditation mat sitting. I'm saying to be mindful anywhere, anytime, of being present in the moment. And that can be going out and doing gardening. That can be going for a walk. That can be washing the dishes, or even talking with your children, to be truly present with them and to listen to them and to hear what they're going through. And that's the greatest gift we can give each other too, is to be mindfully present. And, you know, I often said about my meditation practice, it involved, for the most part, I would be meditating in silence. And over the last months, this has not been working so much for me because I've had so much going on in my mind. So it wasn't, I've been trying different things out on YouTube and different meditations. And I will tell you, about 4 weeks ago, I decided I couldn't sleep and decided to try one of mine. Here's a testimonial for my own channel, right? But I just thought I'll give it a go. I was desperate. And I thought I would try this one because I liked it and I thought this might help. And it was Heal. It was Heal. I did this about 4 or 5 weeks back, I believe. It's called Heal, Sleep, Talk Down on Emotional and Physical, plus affirmations as well. And I discovered a meditation that I need right now. And so I've been listening to this literally every night now for weeks. It's called Heal, Sleep, Talk Down. And it heals on an emotional and physical level. And for me, it works because it's like this reset button that I can go to sleep with peace and calm and love in my heart, and then wake up again ready to start the new day feeling refreshed again. So I can recommend that one for you guys, and you can give it a try. It might not work for you. I think different things work for different people depending upon what you're going through. So guided meditations are a way to go. If you can sit in silence, sit in silence. Just anything to bring your awareness to the now and to incorporate that into your daily life, so you can hit that reset button day after day after day to bring you back to the present. Another thing you can do, of course, is which I put up on my YouTube is repeating positive affirmations, meditating to them, or creating your own, especially during anxious times, or if you're having stressful, even anxiety attacks. That's when repeating a mantra can be really useful. Just that it can be a word such as peace, release and peace, or I am calm, I am calm, I am calm. Just the words themselves sometimes have power to help you to alter the thoughts and to bring you back. Words are very powerful. So I use affirmations as well, and I have some of those on my site. See, because thoughts, we know that this has been written, many people have said this, thoughts become things, right? And what we think about all the time, or what we draw our attention to, is where our mind goes and where our life goes. So another tip I'd like to do is offer you is responding to life rather than reacting to it. And boy, oh boy, it's a difficult one, right? Because there are so many external circumstances that are happening now that are outside of our control. And this is one that we can remind ourselves with. And the thing is when they're outside of our control, if we begin to follow that constantly, which I have done, it puts us in that state of fight or flight mode, where we're on that stress level of fear and tension, and we're acting on that. We're just at that level all the time. And it's disastrous. It can have disastrous effects. And I remember I was feeling it really bad the beginning of this year when the fires were on in Australia, which they're now on in California, and my heart goes out to everyone there. And I pray that this ends soon. The fires across the world, I really pray they end soon. And hello, Tony Doyle. So when the fires were on, when I could see the whole state burning, and then right across the whole country, and it was so overwhelming, and I allowed it. I watched the news all the time. I downloaded the app. So I got to a point where I was looking at the app constantly to see where the fires were spreading. And it was an awful time, and I allowed it to overwhelm me. And I then became to a point in my life where I could be of service to absolutely no one, including myself. I was a mess. I was no good for anything. I was just keeping my head above water. And I realized that there was one day, it was just like an awakening that occurred, and it said to me, Jason, you're not helping yourself or anyone by looking at the news and the app every day, every 5-10 minutes, to see things are out of control. This is not being of service to anyone. You are going to crumble. You are falling down. And if you keep going, you're going to hit rock bottom. And I stood back and I thought, there's a lot of truth here. If I keep going the way I'm going, like I'm contributing to all the fear and the angst of the world by zooming in on that. And so I thought, I'm changing from tomorrow. I'm letting this go. Now, this is not about burying my head in the sand, but it's realizing that these things are out of my control. And I can just put my trust that the firefighters, that everyone's doing the best they can. And I woke up the next day and it was amazing. This weight had lifted. And I thought, okay, now how can I be of service? What can I do? What can I do to help? And I think I began to I put together a meditation on to help people going through that. So it's one thing we can do is to really note where we're at in life and where we're putting all our attention and beginning to divert that attention. So I would like to do a short meditation with you guys. Yeah. Yeah, Helen says, I love this Abraham Hicks quote. It's about contrast. How do you know what you want without knowing first what you don't want? Exploring contrast, you're not doing something wrong by being in contrast. Yeah. Yeah, and Barbara, I would also like to say, send my best to those in Melbourne, Victoria, that are in lockdown for months. And personally, I feel like I've been feeling that too. And I don't know how I would go with that. So I just want to send, if you're from Melbourne, Victoria, believe me, my thoughts are with you, and I'm with you, and I'm sorry that you're going through this difficult time. But hang in there. This will end. This will pass. Even though there's the goalposts keep shifting. But I'm with you. I'm with you. So I'm actually standing with you. So let's do a meditation, and that's good news to hear. Playgrounds are now open. You must be in the outskirts, Dee, of Victoria. I know that Melbourne, I think. Oh no, maybe it's open in Melbourne as well. I'm not sure. Yeah, because I think they can go out for 2 hours a day. Yeah, Del, I don't know if lockdown is easy. I'm gonna tell you, I struggled with it. I was only in lockdown when I come here to South Australia, and it was after the passing of my dog, and I couldn't see my family, and I just left interstate, and I was not the best. I was pretty damn screwed up, and I think everyone has different, and especially being locked down for months and months. Some people can find things to do, but I think it's the actual thing of having that freedom taken away from you, that you could just step out the front door and go for a walk, that you can't do. I think just having that taken away can flip the mind. I think you are right, though. I think going out after the lockdown is going to be another rewiring of the brain to release this fear of people, fear of touch, fear of hugging. That's kind of crazy, right? It's crazy. Let's do a meditation. We ready? This is just a short meditation, and this is something that you can do anytime, and you won't need my voice to do this. Well, you can use it on YouTube. You can use many meditations, but this is just something that you can do at any time, in particular times when your mind is scattered. Okay, and we might put a little mantra into this one as well. Okay, clear my, excuse me. Sending love to you, Tanya. And I could imagine Annette, the children too. It must be hard to try and explain to that. Yeah, the kids. Yeah, okay. Just taking a few moments to get settled, bringing yourself to this space, to your present surroundings. Taking in some deeper breaths in through the nose. Feeling your feet on the floor. Feeling your hands in your lap, the weight of them resting either by your side or in your lap. And release. And taking this opportunity to throw away any preconceived ideas about who you are. If you can just for this moment imagine that you are all right now that exists in the world. There's nothing else. You have no job. You have no career. Just for the moment, we can pick this up later. You have no family and no friends, and just you in its pure form. No responsibilities. Just you being, breathing. The only thing that you need is just this moment. This moment contains everything. So be with this. You have all you need. If thoughts come to your mind, you can acknowledge them and just put them aside for now and just say, okay, I'll come back to you later. Right now, you're just coming up and I can push you aside and we can just be with this breathing, and we can pick ourselves back up in the other world when we finish this meditation. And feel yourself settling into this moment. Becoming still. And I'm being called to use the mantra Om today, this universal sound. The universal sound that can really be found in all of the previous wise ones that have walked the earth prior to us. And the sound, Om, you see it's in that Buddha, God, Allah. It's a part of all. And the beauty of using this is when we use this mantra, we're going to just be repeating it over and over again. And whilst we are using it, it helps us to remain present. There will be no thought, just the presence of this magnificent universal sound. And please feel free to do this with me. just being comfortable just for a moment and sitting with this silence. And you can repeat after me if you choose. From this day forward, I promise to love and respect myself as I love and respect others. I promise to forgive myself and I promise to forgive others. I release myself from constraints of fear and anxiety. And I will go about my day with love. And so it is. Just taking in some deeper breaths and release. Feeling your feet on the floor. And coming back to your surroundings. And if there's any thoughts that you want to pick up now that you put aside, you can come back to your usual self. Or you may not. That's up to you. When you are ready, opening your eyes and thank you. Thank you for your presence. It's good on you, Tanya. Hello, Ginny. And yes, Leona. And I'm here for a while. I will stay online to answer any questions that I can, or any comments or anything you would like to share with others. I'm here to answer that. Hello, Babs. Good on you. Barbara asked, have I got results back yesterday of my exams? Would you believe it? They've graded it, but they haven't given me the final results back, so I've been checking all the time. I'll let you know. It shouldn't be too long now. I think by the 20th they said, so good on you. Yes, I did, Tanya, and thank you very much. And my apologies if I did not get back to you either, Tanya. Yeah, but yes, I did. Thank you, Tanya. And you're welcome, Livy and Jean and Mary and Sarah. And I'm so glad, Sarah, that you're doing that. Yeah, so glad. So for those of you that must go, I'll say goodbye to you. For those of you that want to stay on, that do have anything that you would like to share, you're welcome to as well. Thank you, Ginny. Thank you very much. And lovely to hear that, Ramona. Please don't be gone so long. Alice, I promise I won't be gone so long. It's been months, and I'm in a better state now. You know, there was a lot going on. There was stuff, exams, school, and I promise that I will be catching up with you at least a little bit more regularly. Stay. You're welcome, Kelly. You're welcome. Yeah, good on you, Gracia. God bless you too. God bless you. It's 1 a.m. Yes, in Europe. I know it's very late, so forgiveness, right? Something that we often have to be reminded for, and that's whether that be to forgive others, but to forgive ourselves too. So we have been doing meditations, Adele says, with middle school students. Some are trying it, but others are wiggly. Any suggestions? Yeah, it's a tough one, of course, and that energy to burn. Adele, could I suggest something that might be worthwhile, that could be worth a try? And that is, before you do the meditation, to get all the kids to jump up and down for a minute to release extra energy. And then they might, if they keep doing it for 1 minute, just up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Come on, get them going, get them going, get them going. Then they're in a place to settle. They can burn off some of that excess energy. But yeah, there's it's harder for kids because, you see, we adults, we have the choice to, we go to meditation because we choose to go. And when we don't want to go, we don't go. But yeah, it's hard for kids if they're put in that situation where everyone's doing it and they don't want to do it. Then, they're probably going to be all over the place. But just expending some of that energy, I think, could help. Worth a try. Thank you, Sarah. You stay well too. Thank you. Just see if I can do this. Yes, I can. Okay. We're on Zoom. Yeah, we'll try it. Try it even on Zoom, Adele. That might help too. And Willow, you are most welcome, and sending love to you too. And Barbara Smith, that's a great question. What if someone won't forgive you? Then that's out of our power. And unfortunately, that's something that we have to accept. And always remember too that your energy, your thoughts about that will reach that person. And I think it's the best to let it go. And in time, they may forgive you or they may not. But if you keep going with love in your heart, Barbara, I think that's important. Thank you, Chia. And you stay well and happy yourself. And Michael says, let me know if I can help with some future animal companions you decide to ever bring into your life. Thank you very much, Michael. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Won't be long, I swear. I swear I'm going to be getting an animal companion. Won't be long at all. And yes, do you still plan to release YouTube videos? Yes, I'm still doing that, Miranda. I actually haven't stopped that. That's been going all the time, weekly. So yeah, I still do it on a few channels. Oh, you probably mean on Life Expansion, maybe, because that's been quiet. But this one's going to Life Expansion right now. But yes, I'll still be doing guided meditations. I just want to bring up this one. I know you won't be able to all read it, but because it cuts off. But I've been reading as I search for peace through teachings of spiritual groups, church, Buddhism, and then Brahma Kumaris. I sometimes get caught up with the burden of judgment from these groups, the do's and don'ts. Can I be completely independent and stay spiritually strong? There's a lot of similarities there, Helen, that I can relate to of where I turn to different spiritual aspects and different religions. And yes, I believe you can. And I believe we are and completely independent. Although we're interconnected, we can stay strong, and you can stay strong. Remember that these religions, and I'm not condemning religion at all, because I'm involved in many, been involved in many, as you know, a lot of you guys know. But remember that they're also being passed down through the centuries. And so some of the judgments that you might be hearing are judgments that could have been added, probably. The translations have been changed over the years. And so always remember that. I think it's important to have that relationship with that personal relationship with God or Buddha or your higher power, the inner source within. You have that relationship. And when you have that relationship, the groups dissolve. They can be great for support, but they're not a requirement. You live it. And that's where I think can help. And Barbara, it's lovely to see you here, and thank you very much for your presence today. I appreciate that. If I've missed some of your comments, and dear Livy, sending you all the love, Jason. Lovely to see you, and much love to everyone. And right back to you, Livy. It's lovely to see you here. Yeah. And lovely to see you, Shelley, Anthony. And I'm sorry that your dad had to put his dog down. And yeah, sending love to your dad and to you and to Art. Yeah. I'll just go through these. And just I'll address this one. Ria, your peacefulness always brings tears to my eyes. It's been 3 years since I suffered a burst brain aneurysm and 2 brain surgeries, and I'm still being challenged every day to try and be normal. It's not easy to love yourself. God bless you. And may I say to, well, yeah, you put the normal in inverted commas. I think by that you mean probably getting back to your ways of life and acceptance of where you're at. And you're doing the right thing, Ria. I send you love right now. Yeah, just keep doing it. You're already there. You're already there. It's just that acceptance. And Cheryl says, we are all one in my Indigenous people's stories. Mother Nature takes care of us. Yes. And Mandy says, have you ever heard of light workers? Yes, I have. And do you believe there is that? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And thank you very much, Ginny. And tell you, thank you for being here. I'm blessed to call you friend. God bless you, Ginny. Thank you for being here. And Miranda says, where and how do you get all your ideas for videos from? a lot of my ideas come from you, people like yourself, because many comments on YouTube, many people say, oh, could you please do one on this, or could you please do one on that? And then other times, so then I take that on board, but other times then I will sit down, and sometimes I get a clear idea of a meditation. I have a writer who puts everything into an amazing way now. It's, in fact, so I present her with my ideas. She writes the meditations. And sometimes in life, you get a person that when she writes, it's like she's coming from, when I get the final script delivered, it's almost like she's pulled it out of my soul. And yeah, I'm blessed to have Jillian. She writes, and she's does beautiful work. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Shelley. I'm sorry to hear that. When will you decide to get another dog? It'll be happening soon, probably next year, I think. Yeah, I'm definitely getting another dog soon. Tanya says, how's mum and dad? How's the sax lesson going, dare I ask? Well, my mum and dad are doing really well now. They've been going through their own stuff, but they're doing really well at the moment. They're positive. They're doing the gardening. They love that. I love spending time with my parents. I'm truly blessed to spend time with my mum and dad. That's what I love about living out here. No longer do I have to wait 6 months or a year to see them. I'm now seeing them on a weekly basis, and I never take that for granted. My sax lessons, I'm going to be honest with you, my sax is sitting there since I studied, when I didn't have time for literally anything. I let the sax go. And it's still there, and it's something I'm going to pick up. I might even pick it up tonight, right? So, yeah, I was really enjoying it, so I'll get back into it. Don't you worry. Alice says, what are your feelings on astral projection? Well, I dabbled in these sorts of things, quite a few years ago now. And I believe it all it's all possible. I believe that we are spirit. And so I do believe that things are possible. Do I get involved in that now? No, but that just means that's not my path at the moment. But yes, I believe that all of this is possible, and all of this is okay. Wow, I'm missing probably a lot of here. Oh, does Barbara Scott says, the words on the screen says, how is the sex going? Well, that's not happening. I didn't notice that. Oh, my goodness. Adele says, are you going to share some of what you learned with us? I certainly will, Adele. When it comes to I did the introduction to Buddhism studies. That was my first subject. And look, can I tell you one of the biggest takeaways for me out of all of that was the fact that for many years, I've been saying that Jon Kabat-Zinn brought mindfulness meditation to the West. And because that is what a lot of mainstream media were telling us, and that's what we read in a lot of the books. But I have to say, when you delve right into the history of Buddhism and you really dive into it, you realize that that is not the case at all. There were people that were bringing mindfulness and meditation long before John Kabat-Zinn. John Kabat-Zinn, not to condemn the man, I've been following him and love his work, he made it famous. He maybe made it bigger, and he did the science studies of mindfulness. He introduced that into the hospital system. That's where he played a part. But he did not necessarily bring mindfulness to the West, of what I've been sprouting for many years. So it was a real good wake-up call for me to hear a lot about mindfulness and the history, and that Buddhist scholars, I will tell you, I'm not saying they're not so happy with where mindfulness is headed in the West, because mindfulness has stripped away, we've taken it back to a science study of the mind. So they've stripped away a lot of the elements of Buddhism and a lot of what it was meant to be about initially. And so I understand why the scholars now are afraid that mindfulness is drifting away from the original intention of it. The intention is more the spirituality aspect, and not just to be in the moment and come back to breath, but a deeper connection. And so for me, that was a bit of a wake-up call. Yeah. So it's good for me. It's good for me to see that. Yeah. Michelle, such an honor to practice with you, brother. You inspire me to step up as a teacher. Your authenticity challenges me to let down my walls to be more real. Do you have suggestions for letting my voice flow through? Namaste. Well, Michelle, welcome. It's such a blessing to see this, and I'm glad that you're stepping up as a teacher. And I think the simple thing about being the teacher is just sharing what you have learned along the way, and being open and honest with that. And when we are as real as we can be, we can't really be challenged, because if we're speaking it from a place of truth, there's no challenge, because we're just doing the best we can at the time. And so suggestions for letting your voice flow through: to set your intention before you speak, to trust yourself, to really trust yourself, and to connect with God, or to connect with that spiritual, the higher power aspect of that's in each and every one of us. But I think the intention is really important. Good luck. Best wishes. Best wishes. You're welcome, Stephanie. White Raven Rosie. Last night I experienced the store of such negativity and heartfelt anguish where I'm currently living and being here, not just with you, Jason, but the energies here permeating through me has given me strength to fight today's battle with response, not reaction. As you have rightly said, thank you to all of you from my spirit. Much love, Rosie. Thank you for sharing. And laughter is a great feeling, Jacqueline. Hmm. Oh, Mandy, that's a bit of a hard question. I've always wanted to learn more about religion. I just don't know where to begin. Do you have any suggestions for the first time reading? Uh, Boy, oh boy. I would say, first of all, again, follow your heart and your intuition here, and also, in particular, what area of religion you're interested in. If you're interested in a particular religion, or if you're interested in an overview of religion, and then I would say just start doing searches on that and begin anywhere and pick a book and begin. Because my book list is just all over the place, from all different religions and beliefs and everything. And I just keep following my heart. I get one book and then I might hear another book mentioned in that. Then I go that track, then I go that track, then I go that way. I'm currently diving deeper into Buddhism at the moment, but that's just a choice. And I'm also been reading a little bit of Christian Science as well. So, yeah, I may not help, but good luck. What are your 3 positives for today? Katie, I think you're talking to me, and I think we can ask this question, everyone, what are our 3 positives for today? My 3 positives for today are, once I finish this, I'm going to say this. One positive is waking up to this, to doing this, because this put a smile on my face today, knowing that I was reconnecting with you people, you beautiful people. So I'm putting that down as a positive for today. My next positive is I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to go for a walk outside, and I'm going to do that. I'll have one more cup of tea and then I'll do that. And also, what's another positive? And my positive is I'm catching up with my work colleagues today, and I'm looking forward to catching up with those guys. That's my 3 positives. Oh, that's no good. I'm sorry to hear that the video keeps getting interrupted. I'm sorry about that, guys. Wow, I wonder what's going on there. Okay. Oh, wow. Greetings from Sonoran Desert, nice and crispy. Catherine, where is that? Wow. I'd love to be out. I love the desert. I love desert space. Happy birthday, Helen. And of course, Mandy, I'm still drinking my favorite tea, organic Earl Grey. Organic Earl Grey. Yes, it is organic Earl Grey. Yes, it is. Yes, I have sometimes English breakfast, but at the moment it's Earl Grey. Yes. And it's, what's the brand again? It's not Twinings. Oh my goodness. Anyway, it's good. I'm loving it. I'm drinking a London Fog. Yum. Yeah, I love Lady Grey. And just by being in it, thank you. And right back to you. Moonshine, right back to you. Oh, Sonoran Desert is in beautiful Mexico. Wow. One day I'd love to go to Mexico. I would love to go to Mexico. And Adele says, will you be doing more live presentations? I sure did miss your face. Thanks for today. Thank you, Adele. Thank you. Yes, I am going to be doing more live presentations. And I be assured I'm not going to leave it as long as what I did, okay? Yes, I am going to be doing more. Because it made me smile. Made me smile today. Thank you, Wendy. I appreciate that. And Rachel, I think, says, hi, Stu. Been listening to you for a few years now, birth of my 2 sons, passing of both my parents. Rachel, thank you. Thank you for your support and blessings to you. Wow. So you've been listening for a while. I know your name, Rachel. I'm pretty sure I've seen your name come up many times. So yeah. Thank you for your support of my work. Yeah, very good, very good, very good. And Michelle says, thank you so much. I'm teaching in an hour, and once the tears of gratitude pass, I will sit with Creator and pray. Set the intention to allow the truth to flow through me. Beautiful, Michelle. Beautiful. I wish you so well. I know it's going to be a beautiful session. I kind of wish I was there with you, actually. I wish I was there as a student in your class. So please let me know how this goes. I'd love to know how this goes. I know it will go well. That's wonderful. Lavender's beautiful, right? And Spring says, I've got to go. Much love and blessings to you all. And blessings to you. Yeah, blessings to you, Spring. And with that note, I will let you all go. And thank you very much for being here today. It's been a real pleasure for me to share with you today. And so go with love. And yeah, I'd like to end with that. Go with love. And you're welcome, Sophia. God bless you all. God bless. Have a beautiful time. And we'll see you again, and it won't be too long between drinks for next time, okay? I promise you that. Thank you. God bless. Bye-bye.